The time is now 5:51 on this Monday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
The man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City last December is responding to an outpouring of support he says he's received. Luigi Mangione released a statement Friday on a new website created by his attorneys. It comes ahead of his scheduled court appearance next week. Mangione's statement acknowledges all of the letters of support he's received, and he says his support transcends political, racial, and class divisions. The statement notes the website was created to help keep the public informed on updates in Mangione's case. 26-year-old Mangione pleaded not guilty to 11 state murder and terror charges. He could face the death penalty if found guilty of a federal murder charge. Mangione also faces charges in Pennsylvania, where he was captured after several days on the run.
European leaders will hold an emergency summit on Ukraine today. That's amid a growing concern that the Trump administration's push to work with Russia to end the war has left them isolated. Downing Street says the British Prime Minister will attend the meeting in Paris today. The summit will come a little more than a month after his meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky.
A new bill introduced by a lawmaker from northern Minnesota would place conservation officers under the supervision of county sheriff's offices. Senator Steve Green of Austin introduced the bill last week after having conversations with a sheriff in his district. Now we heard from Green, who told us that the DNR lacks control of its officers, claiming they often intimidate people and overstep on search and seizure. While sheriffs are elected by their counties as part of the DNR, conservation officers are not, and they don't work under an elected official either. If passed, the bill wouldn't move conservation officers to the sheriff's office, but it would force them to work under the supervision of the sheriff's office of their patrol area. It would also give sheriff's offices the authority to assign conservation officers shifts, hours, days off, and more.
A 50-year-old man is dead after he crashed a snowmobile into a snow embankment and trees in Cass County Friday night. The Cass County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call of a snowmobile crash on 60th Street Northwest in rural Walker Friday evening. Upon arrival, officials learned that a 50-year-old man from Corpus Christi, Texas, was driving a snowmobile when it left the roadway and struck the snow embankment. Medical teams responded and transported the man to a Park Rapids hospital where he was pronounced dead. Alcohol is expected to be a factor in the crash, and the incident remains under investigation.
A fire in an apartment complex in Duluth's Lincoln Park neighborhood forced residents to evacuate Sunday evening. Duluth Fire responded to a call for a structure fire at Midtown Manor around 5:30 p.m. Officials say the fire started in a kitchen in a single unit on the 3rd floor. The fire was 75% contained by the sprinkler system in the building, and firefighters worked to completely extinguish it. The 2 people in the unit at the time of the fire self-evacuated, and the fire was contained to the original unit, but a few adjacent units are affected by related water damage. Authorities say no one was injured, and fire damage is estimated to be $10,000, and water damage costs are still being assessed.
A new skating trail up from Grand Marais off to the Gunflint Trail has been drawing locals and visitors from all over the state. The owners of Gunflint Lodge and outfitters have been clearing roughly 6 miles of trail that loops around Gunflint Lake. They say a lodge in Vermont previously claimed to have the longest skating trail with over 4 miles of ice, so they're pretty confident they now have that title. The lodge plows and brushes trails, but they don't add any water, so the ice is all natural.
And it might be a little bit